What went wrong with Pakistan? I think it's time we go through what happened in the recent 2026 T20 World Cup, being knocked out in the Super 8 after a lacklustre tournament. I'll be honest, I was one of many that had high expectations for Pakistan in this tournament, but what unfolded over the initial 3 weeks was equal parts brilliance and bewilderment. I won't sit here and state that the selection was right heading into the tournament, but that's what this video is about. Let's do a deep dive into each player. Let's figure this out. Firstly, let's have a look at Pakistan's fixtures and result in this tournament. They were matched up in Group A against the Netherlands, USA, Namibia, and the usual suspects India. I mean, the India fixture is what funds the whole tournament. They kicked off the tournament against the Netherlands, which was a fierce contest. Pakistan scraped by with a win with 3 balls remaining after heroics with the bat by Fahim Ashraf. They then went on to play USA and won pretty comfortably by 32 runs after batting first and scoring 190. This was helped with a 73 by Farhan and a 46 by Babar Azam. A perfect start from Pak, 2 wins from 2. Then came the dreaded India fixture, which was in jeopardy due to Pakistan stating they would boycott it due to the omission of Bangladesh. Finally, after countries came together for talks, Pakistan decided to play the fixture, which is the right thing to do, as there's no room for politics in sport. Equally, it was also a bad thing, as India embarrassed them on the field. Pakistan played very poor and ended up losing by 61 runs, causing chaos in the nation. It was truly a woeful performance by Pakistan. They finished the group stage with a staggering victory over Namibia by 102 runs, confirming their place in the Super 8. I do feel like Pakistan needed to put on a performance here after the India result, and they did exactly that. It was helped with a tremendous century by Farhan, as well as Usman Tariq picking up 4 wickets. Next came the Super 8, in which they were grouped alongside New Zealand, England and Sri Lanka. Unfortunately, the first fixture against New Zealand was rained off, with both teams just picking up a single point. They needed to win the remaining 2 games for any chance to go through to the semis. This didn't start well, as the next fixture was against England. It was a close game, but England won by 2 wickets in the last over of the game. They have Harry Brook to thank for that, as he scored an unbelievable 100, single-handedly winning the game for them. The final fixture was against Sri Lanka, but due to their loss against England and how other fixtures played out, they needed to win by a big margin to progress into the semi-finals. Pakistan batted first and put on 212 after an insane first wicket partnership, with Sahibzada Farhan scoring another century and Fakhar Zaman scoring 84 from just 42 deliveries. They set the platform up for Pakistan to score a minimum 240 or 250, but it was a disastrous collapse by the middle order, with no one else scoring double digits. After putting on 212, they needed to defend 147 to finish above New Zealand in the table due to a better run rate, which was a massive task in itself. Pakistan dreams came shattering down after Sri Lanka easily surpassed 147 and ended up scoring 207, nearly winning the game. Pakistan ended up winning, but ultimately came crashing out of the tournament. Perhaps the biggest headline wasn't even on the field, it was back home. The Pakistan Cricket Board had taken the rare step of fining the entire squad for failing to meet expectations, a bold move that sparked nationwide debate. Some reports even suggest potential captaincy changes and significant internal reviews as officials seek accountability. This fallout shows just how deeply cricket is woven into national pride and how quickly fortunes can flip in the world's most passionate cricketing nations. Now it's time to go through each player that Pakistan selected for this tournament and decide whether they should stay in the team or be dropped. I'm open to see your thoughts in the comment section too. Let's start off with the batsman. First up is Sahibzada Farhan. We can probably skip him, because if there was one shining star for Pakistan, it was him. Farhan didn't just score runs, he rewrote history. He ended the tournament with a staggering 383 runs, breaking Virat Kohli's single edition T20 World Cup record, also averaging just 76.6, which is massive. And that wasn't all. Farhan became the second batter in T20 World Cup history to score 2 centuries in one edition. That's historic company, with only legends like Chris Gayle in that category. Farhan's blazing form was the engine behind Pakistan's biggest totals, but even his heroics couldn't carry the team deep into the knockout stages. This is an easy decision really, he's retained. Next up is the most popular batter in Pakistan, and definitely the most talked about, the GOAT, Babar Azam. I will start off by saying I'm not sure why he was picked if he was going to play at 4. His best role is as an opener, but there was obviously his strike rate issue in the first power play too. If the decision was for him to not play as an opener or even at number 3, he shouldn't have been picked. As expected, he didn't come off in the role given to him, and I personally think he should stick to Tests and ODIs going forward. His form and style of play isn't suited anymore to this format, and we have more explosive batsmen who can open, so due to that, I would drop him. I'm sure this will cause some controversy in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Then we have Fakhar Zaman. Again, we need to figure out which person in the Pakistani setup decided to push him down into the middle order. His best role is as an opener, and he proved that in the one fixture he played as an opener in which he completely obliterated Sri Lanka. I would retain him, but only as an opener on number 3. Time for the skipper, Salman Ali Agha. I'll be completely blunt here. I'm not sure why he's a skipper, as he offers nothing with the bat or the ball. He puts himself as number 3 and had a woeful tournament. I would drop him and have a new skipper. Now we have the wicket-keeping batsman. First up is Usman Khan. He had a very positive showing behind the stumps, but didn't perform with the bat at all. Nevertheless, he has that power-hitting ability in the middle order, and there aren't many better wicket-keeping batsmen around, so on that basis, I would retain him. He definitely needs more games under his belt. The next wicket-keeping batsman is Khawaja Nafei. He only played in 2 games and failed to put his stamp on these games. He, however, is a young, raw talent, and having him as a backup option in the squad, I wouldn't argue with that. So on that basis, I would retain him. Similarly though, he needs to also develop outside the national team in the PSL and domestically. Now it's time for the all-rounders. First up is the only seam all-rounder, Fahim Ashraf. He played a standout innings in the first game of the tournament, but did nothing otherwise. I just don't think he has a proper role in his team. He isn't someone who we can rely on with either the bat or the ball, hence I will just drop him. On to the spin all-rounders. We will start with Saim Ayub, who was actually ranked number 1 in the ICC rankings during the tournament. Despite that, and playing his matches as an opener, he failed miserably with the bat. He did bowl well, however, his primary job is with the bat, and that didn't work. Fakhar Zaman scored more in one game as an opener than he did throughout the whole tournament. Saim, however, is a young talent, and he fits the aggressive, modern template with a high ceiling. So I would continue to invest in him. So on that basis, yeah, I would retain him. Then we have Shadab Khan, who actually made a comeback into the team. He actually finished the second highest run scorer for Pakistan, coming in at 6-7 and scoring at quite a fast rate. He did well in that department, but not so well with the ball, which is his primary role, I would say. Again, we need to understand the role the team gave him, as it wasn't clear, is he a batting all-rounder, is he a bowling all-rounder, or is it just whatever goes? My opinion here would be to retain him, just give him a clear role, and he's a useful backup option too, as well as one of Pakistan's best fielders. The final all-rounder is Mohammad Nawaz. He played all the games, and I don't think he made much of an impact. He's 31 years old, and I believe we have better younger alternatives who should be given a go in his role, so due to that, I would drop him. We will finish now with the bowlers. Let's start with the seamers. First up is the Eagles' Shaheen Shah Afridi. We can kick off by stating that he is and has been one of Pakistan's premium bowlers. He always opens the bowling to make use of the early swing with the new ball. Now it's time for my take on him. He's still pretty young at 25, but I feel like we have to give others a chance too, and I also feel like he's become a bit too predictable. He actually had the worst economy from all the bowlers used in this tournament. This is bound to be my most controversial take, but I would drop him. I think let him run wild in the PSL and other international T20 leagues, let him pick up a bit of form, and then he can come back. Let me know your thoughts on that take in the comments. Next up is Salman Mirza. Credit to him, he had the best economy out of all the bowlers. Despite that though, he had a limited impact in the tournament and he just lacks that X factor you need as a seamer. He's also 32 years of age and we have some up and coming seamers we should give a chance to. Therefore, we should drop him. The last seamer in the team, Naseem Shah. He only played the one game in the tournament for whatever reason, but he's definitely one of our premium bowlers too. He wasn't given much of a chance in this tournament, but I would definitely retain him. He's only 22 and has a long way to go yet. Let's finish off with the two spinners. First up is a much talked about Usman Tariq. He was a standout bowler of the tournament, getting the most wickets with his unusual bowling style. This is pretty easy, he is retained. Last but not least, Abrar Ahmed, our mystery spin option with a lot of variation. He's also ranked quite high in the ICC rankings, rightfully so, and he has that wicket taking promise too. For me, again, this is an easy decision. He's currently one of the best spinners in the world and the nation, an easy retain. That concludes the player analysis. Here is the full list. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What would you do differently? I'm sure there's some controversial takes in there. I'm just keen to know what you lot think. Now that we've gone through who should stay or be dropped, it's time to see the alternative options who can replace those we deem not good enough to be in the team. Let's start with reinforcements with the bat. And first up is Hasib-Ullah Khan. He's a left-hand top-order batsman and his exposure in the PSL and D20 leagues shows his intent from ball one. He has a strong domestic strike rate. He also has a compact technique against the pace in the early overs and has a very high ceiling due to his age. I would definitely consider grooming him now as he fits a 3 to 5 year cycle in the team. Next up is Umair bin Yusuf, another aggressive top order batter which suits Pakistan's attacking template going forward. He has proven his temperament in the PSL and can play pace confidently. He's a good player of spin too, which Pakistan needs, especially in the middle overs, as he uses the sweep effectively and doesn't freeze under pressure. My last batting pick is actually a familiar face who is also a wicketkeeper batter, Mohammad Haris. He's been unfortunate in recent runs as he's drawn the straw to bat lower in the order despite being an opener or number 3 in the PSL etc. He plays at an impressive strike rate and doesn't get stuck under pressure. He keeps the runs ticking with his fearless temperament. He is an ideal pick for someone to come in and just up the match tempo for the team. I will move on to my only all-rounder pick with the batting all-rounder Qasim Akram. No relation to Wasim Akram. He's a very useful batter down in the middle to lower order and is key to keeping the runs flowing at that stage of the game. He has leadership experience at youth level and is a very viable off-spin option too. He would give the team a modern squad balance with more batting depth. He would be a top thing for a long-term project with high upside. On to the bowlers now. I will start with the first seam option, which is a pretty easy pick, Zaman Khan. He should be a priority to get into the team and has consistently proved himself in international T20 leagues and the PSL. He has a proven bowling action, which is quite unique. It's slingy, similar to Lasif Malinga, and it's difficult to pick. He is a proven death over specialist with a lot of variation, something which Pakistan currently lack. He will complement the existing bowlers very well. My last pace option is again a familiar face, Muhammad Wasim Jr. I would actually classify him as a somewhat bowling all-rounder as he is definitely a low-order hitter too. He is a strong Yorker execution and can provide that flexible but reliable bowling role too. He would fit in nicely as a structural squad piece. My final pick is the only spin alternative in the list, Sufyan Mukim. He is a young left-arm wrist spinner, which in itself is a rare skill set. He's a raw but dangerous talent with tremendous potential. Pakistan are yet to consistently back a young spin wildcard, and he could be just that. These 7 players complete my list of alternative players that Pakistan should bring into the squad to replace those discussed previously. What do you think? Are these the right choice? Have I missed someone out? Just let me know. I'm open to discussion. So what does Pakistan's T20 World Cup in 2026 journey teach us? That even when records are broken and players shine, cricket is ultimately a team resolve game especially in global tournaments. Farhan's historic runs will be remembered, but inconsistency and narrow margins like the net run rate kept Pakistan from going further. And with the Pakistan Cricket Board now demanding accountability, we may be on the brink of major changes to the team's future approach. The board in itself needs a whole restructure in itself, but that's a topic for another day. In cricket, as in life, moments matter, but decisions matter more. If Pakistan restructures wisely, those lessons could fuel their next resurgence.